If none, let me just do the USDJPY and let's see what our expectations are on the USDJPY for this week. After which, okay, let's go to the daily time frame here and let's see what is happening. So on the daily time frame, if you look at the USDJPY here on the daily time frame, it's obvious that price action has been on a very strong bullish momentum. As a result of this, I was able to connect the series of higher lows to give us this resultant bullish trend line that I was able to connect here. And you can see how price has consistently respected that level, that trend line, since the beginning of the year. However, something interesting happened in the month of July stroke month of August, as we saw price come back into that bullish trend line, evolving into a reversal pattern, which from a technical standpoint is a very strong reversal pattern. And what happened afterward was a breakout of the neckline at the 135 Japanese yen, which led price right into the 145 Japanese yen area. And one thing that, if we look at this from a technical standpoint, one thing we will notice is that since the breakout of that channel breakout of that neckline at the 135 Japanese yen in August, price is yet to come back to do a retest of that structure. And you know, from a technical standpoint, whenever price break out of a structure like this, we expect that price is likely going to come back and do a retest of the structure to give us another opportunity to join the rally. But that has not happened in a while now, and in the last 5 to 6 weeks now, that has not happened. But something interesting happened during the first week of this month. We saw that as soon as price got into the 145 Japanese yen area, we witnessed multiple rejection of this level. You can see in the between the 7th and 8th of September, we saw multiple rejection, and again 13th and 14th of this month we saw another rejection. And during the course of last week's trading session, we saw a sharp rejection, which I showed you might probably be as a result of the intervention of the Bank of Japan to help cushion the devaluation of the Japanese yen. So, and you can see that the final rejection of this level led into the breakdown of this neckline, which I will be showing you on a much lower time frame. So let's scale down to the 4 hours time frame and let's look at what's really happening around this area during the course of last week. Now we scale down to the 4 hours time frame here, and what do we have on the 4 hours time frame? Let's zoom in. During the course of last week, during the course of this month, we saw multiple rejection of that supply zone here, giving us a clue into the strength of the sellers at this point in the market. That is one scenario, that's one structure I was able to identify last week. And then the other structure is this bullish trend line, which has been holding price action since the month of August. We can see after connecting the series of higher lows here, we had this bullish trend line. But one thing happened last week: a significant breakdown of that bullish trend line happened, and also a significant breakdown of this neckline at the 142.500 level happened to give us a clue of a possible selling momentum that is likely going to be pushing price back into the bullish trend line we identify on the daily time frame. So this is what I'm seeing from a technical standpoint yet, but we're not sure if price is going to move that way. So what I'm seeing here, since we had the breakdown of this bullish trend line and also the neckline at the 142.500 area, we want to be looking for price to come back and do a retest to structure somewhere around here, after which we look out for patterns on lower time frame to join the decline back into the neckline that was broken in the month of August. So it's likely price comes back into either the neckline here or the bullish trend line with the intention of a trend continuation to the upside. So now that we have the scenario here, what did I do? We scale down to let's see, before we scale down, we need to take into consideration how we got the sell window. Well, I got the sell window by taking into consideration this impulsive move to the downside here. So we had this impulse leg, and whenever we have an impulse leg like that followed by retracement phase, we expect that price might likely the retracement phase might likely end at the golden zone area. So the golden zone area is right within the 50% and the 78.6% of the previous impulse leg, which I was able to identify at around the 143.100 area and the 145 Japanese yen area. So we had a sell window here, and I said, fine, if price comes within my sell window here, I want to be looking out for reversal patterns or multiple rejection of this level to join the decline to the downside. And if we look at the structure here where the sell window falls at, we can see that it falls right at the retest of that bullish trend line. We can see the bullish trend line was broken last week. It falls right there, and it also falls within the supply zone, which has been respected since the beginning of this month. So this is more or less a confluence that I need to look into, and let's see how we could trade this. So for me on this one, I will continue to look for selling opportunities if price continues to oscillate right below that sell window, and if at any point in time during this week a breakout of that sell of that supply zone happens, then we might, that is breakout. When I mean breakout, I mean price closes above that supply zone, then this might be a signal of a bullish momentum. But till then, I'm looking forward to setting opportunities here unless price breaks above that supply zone. So let's scale down to the 1 hour time frame and let's see how participants in this market has been relating to the sell window we identified here. So looking at what has happened here since the beginning of the week, we saw our price initially started at around the 143.200 area. We saw price started here, rejected the 143.650 area before a final breakout of that level happened, and since then price has continued to reject the 143.600 area. So it's looking as if price wants to continue to go to the upside. But if we look at the structure and look at the sell window we identify here, we can see that price is still right around the 618 retracement of this impulse leg at this point, with a 78.6 retracement around this area. So I want to still be tending towards a bearish momentum here, and to make our job easier during the New York session today, let us identify a level that we want to be using to guide our action. So let's bring out our line chart at this point and let's connect previous structure together. So we have somewhere around here at around the 143.700, I guess. Okay, 143.800 area, I think. So we have the 143.800. Let's label this area for the sake of clarity. So we have the 143.800 around this level, and let's see how price is going to relate with this level. So for me now, what I'm saying right now is that if price oscillates right below the 143.800 area, it's more or less a comfortable area to be looking for selling opportunities to open a sell position right below this level, with a take profit target in the meantime somewhere at the support level here. Let's say 140.500, which will be given around 400 pips, 300 pips there about here, and let's see how price will play out at this point. So this is what I'm looking forward to. We are still within the sell window. Let's see how price action plays out here. Like I said, I'm looking forward to reversal patterns within this area to join the decline to the downside on this one. So if you have any question regarding my explanation so far here, feel free to drop it in the comment section.